We're Matt and Jen, and welcome to another episode of Rooftop Tourers. We kick things off as we explore this section of raw, wild West Coast before making a stupid mistake that could cost us. I'm so irritable today.
Not fantastic.
Do as we say and not as we do.
We don't really know what to do. We don't have any reception.
We explore some of the finest beachfront camping we've ever seen along the Coral Coast. Will this finally be the week we catch something? Stick around to find out. Let's get into it. Guys, well, we just got into Carnarvon, and it's really funny because the sort of last 10 kilometres as you get into Carnarvon, everything turns vibrant green. It almost looks like tropical, like you'd sort of see like north of Brisbane or such, something like that. So yeah, started seeing banana plants. The rest of the 4-hour drive was literally like dirt and dust. There's nothing else to look at. So I just went across the road into Mitre 10 because I had to get some more of these propane gas bottles for the camp stove, so I just grabbed 3 more of those, so that should keep us going for a good while. And then Jen, she's in IGA now, so I'm going to go and join her. So we're just doing a food shop as well, get everything we need in Carnarvon before we keep heading to Quobba Station. Okay, well, do as we say and not as we do. So it turns out that despite us googling supermarkets in Carnarvon, there's actually a Woolies there. So. Yeah,
when I googled it, it just showed an IGA, and I was like, oh, okay, like I guess we'll have an IGA. To be fair, it was a very big IGA and it had everything we needed. But then we went down the road to the pharmacy that I needed to go to, and there was a Woolworths right next to it.
Yeah.
We might have spent an extra like $15 or something, but you know, that's a campsite somewhere, so we're always, you know, making sure we're trying to save where we can, but that's okay, you know, mistakes happen. So there you go, in Carnarvon there's a Woolies, so.
Okey-dokey, well, we are here at Quobba Homestead, Quobba Station. So it's a working homestead still, but they've got a campground, I suppose, out the back of it as well. Pretty cool spot, and we have a beachfront view.
And we got it all to ourselves.
Yeah, so there's meant to be a few other campsites running along the front here. There's no one else here, so it's just us. How bloody good.
We've got some seats here as well. Just sit here and have a beer.
Yep.
Watch the sun go down.
That's right. Then we might start thinking about cooking dinner because the flies here are probably as bad as we've seen them, so
yeah,
pretty bad.
They're not great, you can see on your face. I mean, you know that when like you get further north and the flies are just going to be bad, like, you know, like you just know they're going to be bad, so it's kind of expected. But yeah, we'll be having a later dinner, I think, tonight.
Yeah. But on the bright side of things, it's a beautiful campsite, so yeah, really nice. You can see
we open the door for 5 seconds and then
there's about 5 million flies inside, so.
They go down your shirt.
What an awesome view this is going to be from the rooftop tent. Once the sun goes down and the flies disappear, we'll pop the tent and get set up properly, and I reckon we'll have a pretty good sunrise too. Tomorrow we've got a camp at 13 Mile Beach, which is apparently about an hour and a half north of here, which is another beachfront camp. It's meant to be a pretty good spot for fishing out here, so maybe I will get the rod out and have a go.
Yeah, you can do it tonight.
Yeah, maybe I will. Yeah. I've got some bait, haven't I? So
yeah, you do actually. Get that out of the
might throw the rod in and see how we go. It's pretty choppy out there though, so we'll see how we go. So this site was $27 per night, just an unpowered site but with a beach view, or for I think it was $23 you can just get a standard unpowered site, obviously with no view, just sort of set back from the beach a little bit, but for the extra few bucks, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, we're a sucker for a beach camp,
yeah.
Even if it's windy.
Even if it's windy. Anyway, we're gonna walk down to the beach. Each one of these beachfront camps has got a bench, a fire pit, and access down to the actual beach itself, so I'm just going to take a stroll down there. These big shells being washed up on the beach. Looks like Jen's found her spot for the evening.
A little backrest and everything.
See a cast.
Alright, trying a new spot. Don't fall, but give it your all. Guys, so this morning we drove back out to the King Waves Kill sign. It was getting a bit late yesterday, so we just kind of went past it to Quobba Station Campground just to get settled. But yeah, we're literally just pulling up to it now. It's pretty cool. Massive, massive sign. The blowholes are down this way, so when you drive into your left, which we haven't actually gone and had a look at them yet, so we'll do that maybe. And then that's back up towards Quobba Station and then further on to Red Bluff as well. Flights are still crazy, but we've got the shot.
Oh, some days these flies just absolutely do your head in. And today is definitely one of those days. I'm so irritable today. Flies inside the car alone. The second you open the window, I'll get out. Zzz. Anyway, I'm Mr. Cranky today, so I apologise in advance to Jen.
It's alright. We all have days like that, don't we?
Alright, well, we got our King Waves Kill sign.
We're going to miss the blowholes just with the flies and everything. We're just a bit over it. Yeah. So we'll stay in the car and we'll drive up towards our next camp, which is 14 Mile Beach. We looked into Red Bluff a lot with like reviews on wiki camps as well. There's a lot of people recently that had what they call like bluff belly. So similar to gastro, I think, in the way that like with the flies and stuff like that. So we just decided it's not worth getting sick over. Especially when we're going to go up to like Coral Bay, Ningaloo and stuff like that. We don't want to be sick for all of that. And if this is just one stop we have to dismiss until next time, then we're willing to do that. Leaving a couple of things for next time is really nice, actually, I think.
The flies, by the way, I think they are the worst we've seen on this trip so far. Like, they're absolutely out of control.
Yeah.
It's like, I kid you not, there'll be hundreds on you when you get out, the moment you get out of the car. It's like, do we have to get out of the car again?
Yeah, you can't keep them away from you. So we've just gotten to 14 Mile. We're campsite 2, and someone has their caravan in our site. So they're not there. We don't really know what to do. We don't have any reception. Yeah, so we're just gonna see. Matt's knocking on their door, but they're not there. So we're just gonna have to see what we're gonna do later, whether we have to go to go and see if we can get some reception and call them, or I don't know if they even have a number, because obviously you just book it all online. They do look like there's some other camp spots available like further back, but yeah, bit weird that and they don't look like they're leaving. They've got their washing out and all sorts of things. So it's currently almost 3 o'clock and checkout's at 10, and then our check-in is at 2, so we're well within our range. But yeah, so not looking great. Onto a fantastic start, and it looks gorgeous, by the way. Like, we're coming over the top of the hill before you come down into the campground, and it looks beautiful. But yeah.
What? Just spoke to that group. They said, they've seen reviews for 14 Mile where we are, basically saying that the same thing's happened before where sites have been double booked. So anyway, they said there's a hot spot up further back up the road, just where the turnoff was 14 Mile or the Homestead. So
a hot spot of what?
Well, I'm assuming they might be go to get a signal there.
Okay, yeah, right. Does that mean their site was booked as well?
No, that's their site. But
okay.
They're going to see if they can join. They've got friends who are further up the coast.
To see if they can join up there. Well, if they can join up there, then we can take number 1.
Possibly.
So that's us, number 2. I mean, there's a whole bunch of these campsites here as well that they're not taken yet, but online, like, a lot of them were booked out, so I don't know if people are coming now, or like, you kind of don't want to just sit in someone else's campsite, you know. So we'll have to see. Oh god, look at that water, gorgeous. Okay guys, so it was our fault. We went to the wrong campsite. When you go down there, there's 2 campsites. They're not very well marked. There are signs, but there's bushes in front of the posts, and you know, you can't really see anything. So we went down into the Ridge campground, and then there's literally like a couple hundred meters away is 14 Mile. So we were actually at 14 Mile, but we accidentally went into the Ridge.
Yeah,
so
there's a sign that points left to 14 Mile, and so you turn left, and then immediately there's a fork in the road again, and there's no sign. Well, sorry,
well,
there's
a sign, but there's a big bush in front of it.
Right,
yeah, you can't see it. So
you missed it, basically.
Just keep that in mind if you're coming here, that you really need to check which one you're going into, because yeah, there was no very, very visible sign. You really got to go hunting for that sign. So the Ridge comes first, and then the next one after that is 14 Mile. So just check on the website when you do book if you're booking 14 Mile or the Ridge, because they're so close together you can easily get confused. We have heard as well from other people that were on the Ridge campsite that sometimes they do get double booked as well, which is what we thought might have happened to us. Obviously it didn't, but that's another thing to be just aware of as well. So take a screenshot of your booking when you do book it through the website, just to have it on you, because there isn't any reception down here as well. So there we go. 14 Mile camp. The right one.
Huh. If there's someone parked in this spot, then we know we're actually in trouble.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. We just passed site 1. There's site 2 to 28 and then 29 to 46. So a lot of sites in here. And it does actually looks quite busy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There we go, 2. Oh, it's massive.
Big site.
Great.
Quite far back. Far back now.
Yeah, it is far back. But that's okay. We can walk to the beach. Doesn't matter.
We've arrived in paradise, and it's bloody awesome. Oh my god. Me and Jen were so hot and bothered in the car. Got down to the beach. We didn't set up camp at all. Basically came straight down to the beach and went in the water immediately, and it's so beautiful. Bit of seaweed right on the water's edge, but once you go a few meters in, there's nothing there, and it's so nice. Anyway, I'm not really complaining. I'm in paradise. Unfortunately, we're only booked in for 1 night here at the moment, so we're going to jump online later to see if anyone's cancelled their bookings. Because when we originally booked this stay, yeah, there was literally the 1 night available. So fingers crossed, we might be able to find something else. So driving around, there was a couple of spots that looked empty. So you never know. We'll have to try our luck. We'll throw the styling cup in a bit once we've had a few more dips in the water. Look who's come to join me.
Yeah, second time in the water.
How is it?
Lovely. Put my head down twice already.
No, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So.
It's not too windy, there's a bit of a breeze, it's not like crazy. It's a bit of seaweed, but like honestly it's fine.
It's minor, yeah. Okay, so on tonight's menu we've got beef burgers. Picked up some nice looking patties from IGA in Carnarvon. Pretty good. Nice and thin already too. Got the onions on the go. So really this is where you want your nice like griddle or a hot plate. You can get onto this Coleman barbecue, so I dare say it's probably another purchase we'll end up getting. Just nice if you're cooking bacon or, you know, frying burgers or doing something like that. Some onions on there. Not sure what that green stuff is, it's pretty healthy. Going for the mustard and tomato sauce option. Really good, because I cooked it probably a solid 9.5 out of 10. Okay, so good news guys, just logged on to the WA Parks website where you book all your camping through that, goes through that one website, and double checked what they had availability wise for here at 14 Mile tomorrow. Sure enough, campsite 3, so the next one down, which is slightly closer to the beach than we are now, was available. It was actually available for tomorrow night and the night after. So anyway, it booked in for the 2 nights, which is really good. So we'll move in the morning and then we can stay put for 2 days, which is really nice. It's only $20 a night as well, so it's really good value. Price wise, yeah, you can't beat it, especially considering you've got the beach and how beautiful it is right there and whatnot. So yeah, really pleased about that. As you can see, got the Starlink up in the background there. That thing is a absolute lifesaver because there's zero signal here. Although that being said, they actually have a Telstra like phone tower back at the top of the road. We had a look there and we got like no signal at all, but we were with Optus, so perhaps with Telstra maybe you have better luck. Because when we were driving through, someone came over the radio, they were just chatting and was like, oh yeah mate, we're gonna go check the NRL scores up at the tower. So they obviously were getting some signal, so there you go. Suggest going with Telstra, because from what we've seen there's a lot more signal in sort of these remote areas with Telstra than there is for Optus. So okay, good morning guys. As you can see, I've got a rag on my head. I need a serious haircut, so my lovely wife here is going to give me a, is this number 2 haircut? For
number 2. But
number
we'll be
2
doing
haircut
a beard
for the trip.
trim and just all over clean up.
I just need sorting out really, so.
Yeah, you're starting to look like a caveman.
Yeah, it's the look I was going for, but Jen's not about it, you know. So
just tidied up, that's
yeah.
all.
Put this on a time lapse, and when you see me on the other side, I'll be nice and clean. There we go, nice and fresh. Oh, what a difference a haircut makes, eh? So,
and your beard as well.
yeah, got cleaned up too on the beard, so feeling great. Thank you very much. Tell you what guys, it's nice having a hairdresser as a wife.
It's a life hack, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So we're moving, got our tent up, we just put our awning down slightly. Not away, but just on the side. Because we're in number 2 and we're going to number 3 tonight, so why pack everything away when you can just half pack it? Probably like less than 100 meters. Perfect. We're all good.
Oh, I didn't tell him to it. Well, I'm back off the beach. We spent way too long on the beach.
Yeah.
We spent like the entire day down there, to be honest, which was really nice. We've both been applying the old aloe and moisturiser constantly because we're definitely a little bit pink. Camp spot number 3 that we're on is absolutely perfect. We're so sheltered here from the wind. We're tucked behind the dunes, and to top it off, we've been given a beautiful sunset. So you can just see it going down over the top of the dune as we speak.
So we're just packing up this morning. We are going to leave 14 Mile today and head over to I think Sandy Point is our next one tonight, but we're going to go into Coral Bay today just to have a look around, see what they have, get a few bits. So we wouldn't recommend the road that we went down to get out.
No, whatever you do not take the north track out of 14 Mile because it is horrendous.
Gave us flashbacks to Steep Point.
Oh man, I think we're through the worst of it. It's crazy. We're 4 k's from town. This is what the roads are like. It sucks.
There's the sealed road, thank God. Problems already. Someone's pinched the plug that goes on the tap, I think, that is supposed to be there permanently. They glue it on, but someone's pinched it. Oh, I hope Matt has one. What's the problem?
Someone's pinched the reducer off the side of the tap.
Have we got one?
Not to fit that. He said he's going to keep it on there for us.
Probably can't see it very well, but it's not fantastic. We're considering whether we want to change it or not. So
yeah, it's actually quite a big slash in it. It runs quite close to the actual rim, which is, I suppose, what I'm concerned about. So we've got a spare on the back, so we can change it out, but
we're just going to see how it goes today. And
reluctant to, unless we actually need to, but it might just be on the safe side, especially if we're going to do a lot of highway driving again as well.
Yeah, we just don't want it to come off.
I know, we'll just monitor it basically, see how it goes over the next day or so.
You can drive on here though. We're not going to because our tyres aren't let down and we can't be bothered, but it looks gorgeous. Oh yeah, it looks pretty. Didn't bring your towel down, babe.
I'm starting to think we should have done. It looks so nice.
Alright guys, so we're trying something out. because every path I took us to get to this shark sanctuary has been an absolute dud. You cannot drive to it. So we're walking along basically the beach in Coral Bay. A little hard to see here, but there's a sign. So this is a sanctuary zone, and they definitely suggest you don't swim. Obviously, being a shark sanctuary is probably not the best idea. We're definitely not the only ones visiting the sharks today. A lot of footprints. Okay guys, found it!
There you go. Species include black-tip reef shark, white-tip reef shark, grey reef shark and the lemon shark.
Cool.
Well, fingers crossed we get to see one of those.
So, no luck yet. I've seen a couple of rays, but no sharks. So, yeah, we'll put the drone up. Matt's got the drone up. Just gonna try and see what we can see from above, because yeah, it's so choppy and there's so much glare on the water that like you just can't see anything. There's so much seaweed as well. You think you spot something and you're like, oh no, it's just seaweed. No luck.
No, we saw some rays. You know, rays are really exciting, but they're not sharks.
Yeah, sharks are still like that only thing that we really haven't like seen. Back in to Sandy Point, and obviously decided to go back in the way we came in the first time rather than going out the way we did this morning. And it is Warroora North Road, where you come in, and it's definitely, there's still congregation, but it's nowhere near what we experienced going out this morning. So I definitely use that as your in and out going into these camps. But you do need your own chemical toilet for all of these camps. You cannot go in without a chemical toilet. They will check it as well. When they came around to check us at 14 Mile, they made sure that we had a chemical toilet with us, otherwise you're not allowed to stay. So we've come to our little fork in the road. You can go down right to 14 Mile, straight for the ridge, and then we're going towards, it says Homestead, but that takes us down to a couple other parks as campgrounds as well. Sandy Point, 6 kilometers. I think we've now kind of come to learn that Google isn't trustworthy when it comes to tracks like this.
Oh, I'm just a bit peeved, like the fact that I've got a couple of nasty nicks in the tyres that like potentially might change them out. It's just like, ah. Yeah. So, you know, when something could be avoided, I just feel like that could have happened this morning. But we weren't to know, and you know, learn from these things. So.
Exactly. We'll just learn to take our intuition into account next time instead of trusting Google. Alright, so we're currently going past Stan's campsite, which is one just before ours. These are quite back from the beach. You'd have to go over the dunes to get to them, quite small.
Just, I'd say you'd only want to book there if you can't get anything else.
Yeah, considering no one else was in there and everything else is pretty booked out, I'd say no one really books that much.
Yeah.
Should be called Windy Point.
Yeah, it's definitely that. On a less windy day, I would say this would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It is beautiful though. Oh. That was a satisfying crack.
There's no better sound, is there?
Cheers, baby. Oh, these ones are good. Cheers. Oh, nice stone and wood.
Oh, it's always a good drop. We got absolutely sandblasted for the 2 minutes that we spent down at the beach, so we'll come back up here. We're going to enjoy our beer and watch the sun go down. Fingers crossed the wind dies off tonight. Well, for tonight's dinner we're really pulling out all the stops here. Absolutely no expenses spared. We've got a bowl of plain rice with some QEP sesame. No, only reason we're doing this is because I've got a dodgy stomach still for like the second day in a row, and Jen can't be bothered to cook anything else extravagant after my plain rice. Anyway, what we discovered though, on a really windy night like tonight, that we can just use the trundle drawer to actually just cook on. So, yeah, given that we normally throw the nose of the car into the most sheltered, we throw the nose of the car pointing towards the wind, so that the hard shell of the rooftop tent is basically the wind hits that rather than flapping all around on the fabric if we had it the other way. So naturally the most sheltered point on the car is behind, of course, where the trundle drawer is. So there you go. That's our new cooking point for windy nights. We're just going to get up into the tent and just retreat from the wind, call it an early one. So woken up and it's a pretty beautiful day here at Sandy Point. Sun's out, wind's still around but it's not terrible. But we're just taking a stroll down to the beach again. What have you got?
I was just looking, like, I find it so interesting that every beach that we've been to so far has like different shells. Like when we're up at Steep Point at Blackie's, there's so many cowrie shells. At one of the other beaches, which I can't remember, they had that more like classic kind of rounder shell. And these ones have these beautiful, huge, like, I just find it fascinating that they've all just got almost like their own unique shell.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, when we were at Quobba Station, they had heaps of.
Oh yeah, they had those really big ones.
Big,
yeah,
like,
they were like this big,
shells,
but they were almost like clams, but not really because they were white.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's so fascinating, like that they all just have their own independent, like it's almost like their trademark.
Yeah, that's right. Right, well, go check out the water, I suppose.
Do a running dive. How is it?
Lovely. Oh, it's beautiful. Caught a whole lot of nothing so far. I'm not expecting to catch anything.
It's all part of the fun.
It is.
Sometimes it's not about what you catch, you know.
If you look up the definition of all the gear and no idea, you see a photo of me. Okay, so I think I had a pretty successful fishing session just then. I caught probably 4 bits of seaweed, so that's like at least 3 bits more than I did last time. So I'm catching something. Oh man, I just need to get out further basically. I'm just having a bit of fun. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I'm just trying my luck, throwing a line in, hoping something bites, and well, so far that hasn't worked. Tomorrow morning we pack up. We're going to go back into Coral Bay just to top up on water again and things like that, because it's sort of on the way through. And then we head towards the Ningaloo. So first camp is at South Lefroy, so I've seen heaps on this place and it looked absolutely beautiful, like I mean mind-blowing crystal blue waters, so super stoked about getting there. One thing I would say about here at Sandy Point is that it's probably not the best one. It's not really a swimmer's beach at all. Like it dives off relatively quickly, so for young kids and that it's definitely not ideal. We've had 2 pretty windy days as well, so we haven't probably seen the best of it either, but from what we have seen, it's been quite a nice beach, but definitely not one of the best, I suppose, camps that we found along this stretch. I definitely preferred 14 Mile to this one. What would you say, babe? Did you prefer 14 Mile over this one?
I do, I think, yeah. I like it. I feel like we had more privacy at our other camp at 14 Mile, but I also like the water there a little bit better. I feel like it was shallow for longer, a little bit less rough. I mean, if we went around the cove it wasn't so rough, but yeah, I think I liked it better.
Really nice place. I'm pleased we came. Nice to see a different sort of stretch of beach along this coastline. So yeah, anyway, as I say, tomorrow we'll move on and we'll see somewhere else.
Thank you so much for watching another episode of Rooftop Tourers. Hit that like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss out on any of our travels as we head north towards the Ningaloo. If you enjoyed this week's episode, we think you'd love one of these videos too.